This is one of the biggest points in the tiebreak. Tensions are high. I take control of the point, and then I make one of my worst ever mistakes. Is this the point that's going to lose me the tiebreak, or will I be able to come back from this and get the win? Let's find out. In this tiebreak, I'm playing Zhe, who's a former D1 college player for the University of Alabama. He has a career-high UTR of 13 and is currently coaching at the John McEnroe Tennis Academy, where I spent a few days and got some great advice that will help me on my journey. At the end of our final session, we challenged each other to a 10-point tiebreak. So, let's get straight into it. So I think we both started out the tiebreak a little bit tight, as the first few points ended up in a few unforced errors, but once we got into it, the points got a little bit more competitive. I approached this with the mindset that I laid out in my previous few videos. I wanted to really try and get on the front foot straight away and not really be too concerned if I made a few unforced errors. As long as I was dominating the point and trying to take control of it, then it was a good way to start. A few cheap errors from Zhe there, and I was able to get the advantage right from the start. I had a little bit of a different thinking to my first serve to how I usually do. I took a little bit of pace off, added a little bit more spin and just went for accuracy at the start, trying to get in a bit of a higher first serve percentage and then maybe go for it as the tie rate went along. I think it was at this point in the tiebreak where Zhe started to feel his shots a lot more and started to put me under a lot more pressure, but I just told myself that I need to keep playing aggressive and trying to get to the net whenever I can. A little bit of an unnecessary slice there, definitely something I wasn't too pleased with in the moment. Something that I tell my players a lot is that if you're going to hit a slice, at least use it when you're on the full defense, or use it tactically. Don't just do it for no reason, always have like an intention behind it. That was a very, very well constructed point from Zhe there, and I definitely knew that he was up in his level, so I really need to try and stick in there and not let him get ahead of the scoreline too much. That scoreline pressure really starting to get to me there. I think if I was still quite far ahead in the scoreline, I wouldn't have made that unforced error on my forehand. But knowing that it's 6-all and it's a chance for Zhe to get ahead, definitely the tightness started creeping in. I've just got to stay loose, stay aggressive and commit to the game plan. Alright, 8-all, and definitely the biggest point in the tiebreak by far. It's really time to stick in and try and stay relaxed and keep breathing out on the contact of these shots. The irony of this shot is that if you watch my previous video, we spent like a good 10-15 minutes working on that finishing volley and just putting it away and making good decisions at the net. So to make an error like that at that point in the tiebreak was just so ironic and really was painful in the moment, but it's quite funny to look back on. I normally try and stay pretty calm in matches and not show too much emotion, but when you're 8-9 down in a tiebreak and able to control the point like that, I couldn't help but show a little bit of a positive emotion there. That was a really high level point there at one of the biggest moments, and that's something that I'm definitely going to want to take towards my future tournaments that are coming up soon and try and bring that level onto the court at those big moments. Alright, so there we have it, that's the tiebreak, and after we shook hands at the end we couldn't help but have a little bit of a discussion about that horrible miss at 8-all.
I can't believe I missed that volley. Yeah. It's the first one I got there. I was like, yes, this is one we practiced. I don't have enough on it, you got there. And I panicked and then I've lost the match. So the 6th and the 3rd, I have match points. Right. I hit serve, short ball comes he hits as hard as you can. I deflect it, it's going back fence, missing and I lose the match. Wow.
You feel like zoning out.
Yeah.
You got practice that instinctual, like a feel, like you let it go some. Because usually we practice a lot and then we just always try to get the ball play and then
you go for it.
Yeah, you go.
Like the best volley is the one that you don't need to hit, right?
Right, pretty much. Like if the ball goes above your shoulder, you know that, and there's no spin at all. Yeah. You just will let it pass.
Okay, so I just want to finish up by saying a big thanks to Zhe for these sessions and letting me put them on the channel. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so make sure you put in the comments section what you liked about the video and if there's anything that you think I could be doing better in my game. I'll see you in the next one.